Grassroots organizations are speaking out tonight about a decision to allow members of the Hong Kong police force to compete at the World Police and Fire Games. Standing by live tonight with the details is CTV's Daniel Helmerson. So Daniel, why do they want these athletes barred?
Merely 6 Hong Kong Canadian community groups from across the country released a joint statement this morning. They denounced Hong Kong's involvement at the Games because of what they call human rights violations perpetrated by the police force during protests over the past few years. A team of basketball players representing the Hong Kong police force routed their Filipino counterparts at the World Police and Fire Games Monday. However, Hong Kong Canadian advocacy groups say they shouldn't be competing at all.
How can we allow the Hong Kong police force to represent themselves in Canada when they have committed clear violence against the Hong Kong people?
Henry Chan is referring to allegations of police brutality during public protests 4 years ago. They were triggered by a bill that would have allowed extradition from Hong Kong to mainland China for trial.
Amnesty International have characterized what had happened in 2019 protests as torture, indiscriminate attacks, and those are crimes against humanity.
The advocacy groups are questioning why Hong Kong police are involved in the Games when first responders from some other countries were barred.
When it comes to what participating countries, we've worked with our federal partners, and when it comes to that, they've identified what countries that they feel is appropriate.
Games COO Mike Edwards says countries banned from competing include Russia, Belarus, and Iran. Edwards says as an athletic organization, it's not up to them to determine who can compete.
We are always open to constructive dialogue, and we do respect everybody's right to freedom of expression, but we just focus on the athletic competition.
Human rights lawyer Mark Daly has been practicing in Hong Kong for the past 28 years. He says human rights violations remain a concern in the region, but it's not the only place dealing with these issues.
The Philippines has had its problems with police and extrajudicial killings of people for drug situation, things like that. So where do you draw the line?
Mike Edwards says it's important not to bury conversations about human rights, rather use opportunities like this to keep the dialogue open.